Alrighty, tell me if this sounds familiar. You're scrolling through Instagram and bam, some coach is telling you, I made 6 figures in 6 weeks and you can too. Or you open an email and it screams, if you're not making $1 million, you're playing small. Suddenly you feel a little, less than. You start wondering, am I behind? Am I even doing this right? Okay, let me stop you there. Today, we are breaking down the right way to talk about money. Because yes, money is important, very important, but that doesn't mean it needs to be shoved down our throats with a side of guilt. Let's have a real, healthy, and empowering conversation about money without the shame, without the pressure, and without the hype. Are you with me? Grab a cup of tea or coffee or something bubbly, no judgment, let's dive in. I am so thrilled to be back with you. We have had so much beautiful feedback from the podcast. Thank you for following along. It means the world that you are listening, and we will keep creating content for as long as we possibly can, and we love the feedback. The amount of feedback we get is incredible, and I'm very, very grateful for it. Today, though, I want to talk about a topic that always stirs up big feelings, doesn't it? It's money talk. Oh my goodness. It always stirs up conversations. It triggers people. It's really important. There's no question about it. It does give us choice and it does give us freedom. And it allows us to build businesses and lives that feel aligned with who we are. But here's the thing. I see so many coaches out there. Do this one thing and you'll make 6 figures overnight. Or if you're not making, $1 million, then you're not just working hard enough. And honestly, that kind of money talk isn't just unhelpful, it's toxic. So today we're going to break it down. What does a healthy money conversation even look like? How do we talk about revenue? How do we talk about pricing? How do we talk about financial growth in a way that is actually empowering? See, the first problem I see is bro marketing, money talk. Let's start with that. That is not working. You've seen the posts, you've heard the pictures. Join my program and you'll make 6 figures in 6 weeks. What a load of BS. You're leaving money on the table if you're not charging premium rates. Partly, I agree with that. Just saying. If you're not making X amount of money, you're not serious about your business. Can we just not? 92% of us in small business world in Australia are earning less than $100,000. 8% of us are earning much more than that. Can we just help everyone get to a certain level? If we get to $100,000 a year, yay, we're in the 8%. If we get to $200,000 a year, we're in the 83% of businesses that survive. Yay. Everyone should be striving to make $200,000 if they want to have a business that works and a business that is thriving, not purely in survival mode. Now, I know that feels like a lot. If you're not earning much, that feels like a lot. Reach out to me. I will help you work out what plan you can have in place to hit those numbers. But here's what I know, ladies. If you can hit 100,000, you can hit 200,000. If you can hit 200,000, you can hit $500,000. Do the levels change? Of course. Is the amount of detail different? Yes, it is. Are the conversations different from 100 to $500,000? Yes, they are. But what I know, and I've worked with millionaires, I've worked with startups, I've worked with people who are earning 200, 500, $1 million. I've worked with them all. And what I know is those that are moving up are always learning, always leveling up. It's a different conversation and they know it. They're making sure that their support systems work. They make sure the systems in their business work, all the things, right? And so we can lift that level up if that's what you want. I like to work with people who want that. I like to work with people who have a particular revenue goal in mind and a particular profit goal in mind, and we help them get there. But this bro marketing money talk does not help. This kind of messaging makes people feel like they are failing if they're not hitting some magical income goal. And that's not just how growth works. Growth isn't necessarily linear. Have you noticed that? There are peaks and there are troughs. There are times when it's more tricky and times when it's smooth sailing. I would love that to be 365 days of the year. Love that. Some months are amazing. You're on top of the world. Things are happening. Offers are out there. People are accepting your proposals. And then others are just a challenge. And I want to normalize that. I have clients who sometimes say to me, this is really hard. And in that moment, it is really hard. And that's okay. That's okay. That is totally normal. No one should feel shamed for being in a different stage in their journey. Money is important, yes, but it is not everything. And more importantly, money without meaning is just a number, and that kind of sucks. So I guess my question to you, my lovely listeners, is what does a healthy money conversation look like? So if all the make money fast talk isn't serving us, what does serve us? What are the money conversations that actually help us grow, both financially and personally? I reckon there are 3 things that healthy money talk looks like. 1, transparency over hype. Instead of saying, I made 6 figures last year, let's talk about how that happened. Break it down for people. Was it through steady growth? Was it through one amazing project? Was it through a huge launch? Years of trial and error? What was it? The number one thing that people tell me is, I like your transparency, Emma, because you break it down, you're very practical, and you normalize what it means to make that kind of cash. We have to normalize the conversations about expenses, about profit margins, about real business, about the costs of real business. Making money's great, but keeping it and using it wisely, that's the real flex. That's success in my book. Profit in the bank account. And while we're here, I just want to talk about profit for a moment. If you don't have a profit bank account set up, please set one up and go a step further. Every week when you open your bank account to do your reconciliations or whatever it is, pay your bills, whatever it is, drag a percentage of your business bank account into your profit account. This compounds over time, and week on week, if you're putting a little bit of profit away, it adds up to quite a large thing. I've done this with one of my clients, and we use it as a buffer over January and December, January. So she has profit in her bank account, and it acts as a buffer in lean months and in December and January. So that really works well for her. Now, back to what does a healthy money conversation look like? So number 1, transparency over hype. Number 2, meeting people where they are. Success isn't just about hitting a specific income number. It's about what that number means for you personally, professionally, whatever it is. Maybe your goal isn't a 7-figure business. Maybe it's a business that gives you freedom and flexibility and joy. And guess what? That's also success. For me, my first thing was I want to get to $500,000. And then it was like, how will I get to $1 million? And then once I hit that, I was like, why do I need to do any more? Would I like to grab a team? Would I like to do something different? Or is this enough? What else can we do? Can we just be really good at providing a beautiful service for our clients? Yes, we can. You need to decide what success looks like for you. And instead of asking, are we making 6 figures yet? How about, are you making what you want and it helps to support your family? You get to reinvest a little bit back into your business in a way that feels good. In a way that feels good. You can have both. And then number 3, I love this one because it rolls in one of my words for the year, which is sustainability. We need to focus on sustainable success. You know, the success that is long-term. It's not fleeting. It's not a quick grab for cash. We need to ditch that thinking, that quick cash, the get-rich-quick schemes, and focus on long-term growth. Now, I like to have goals that are short-term, medium-term, and longer-term, right? Because that's what works for me. That keeps me motivated. So what strategies help us build strong, resilient, and profitable businesses over time? That's the question. There's nothing wrong with ambitious financial goals. I have had them. I have hit them. It didn't make me any less of a human being or any more of a human being. It just was a number. But let's make sure that whatever you choose to do, if you're choosing ambitious financial goals, they're built on value, they're built on integrity, and they're built on real strategy, not just hype. P.S. I do like a bit of hype, and I know I bring a lot of energy. Is energy the same as hype? No, I don't think so. So we've gone over 3 things that I think helps with a healthy money conversation. Transparency over hype, super practical. Meeting people where they are. It might be that success means X to one person and ABC to another. Number 3, focusing on sustainable success, whatever that looks like for you. Now, you know I love a challenge. So here is your challenge. I challenge you to think about the way you talk about money, both to yourself and to others. I love this exercise because I am the woman, when someone says to me, we can't afford that, I say there's always more money to be made. If you are my client, you'll be giggling right about now because that's what I say. There's always money to be made. We can always make more money. right? And that was not natural to me. I had to reframe my brain with some pieces of abundance in order to make that happen. And then I had to sink into it. I had to feel it. And now I'm like, we can always make more money. Here's how we make more money. Here are the levers we pull. I know the practical realities. So if you're sitting there going, oh, Emma, I'm not making enough money, can I ask you, are you doing the revenue generating things that you need to do? Are you doing your follow-ups? Are you sending out proposals? Are you doing phone calls? If you're doing none of those things, get your skates on, babes. Harsh but true, right? And back to reframing. We need to reframe our own money talk, right? Are you measuring success based on someone else's version of wealth? We all do comparisonitis. It does not serve us at all. Are you measuring success based on someone else's version of wealth? That's the first question. Number 2, do you feel pressure to hit a certain number because that's what successful people do? Do you feel pressure to hit a certain number because that's what successful people do? And number 3, are you having honest money conversations that feel empowering, or ones that make you feel less than? I have a quick story for you. When I'm talking to potential clients, I ask them their revenue. Do you know how hard it is for some people to tell me what their revenue is? And it's not that they don't have decent revenue. They just don't know how to talk about it. It's like we've got all these stories that we're telling ourselves. And there's some brilliant books out there. Educate yourself on your money mindset. You will know, because your parents probably said, money doesn't grow on trees. You've got to save for a rainy day. All the things, right? And so you bring all of that bias into your business as well. If you catch yourself in comparison mode or feel bad about where you are, I just want you to pause and remind yourself, success is personal. Success is personal. My business, my numbers, my journey. And if today's episode resonated with you, I would love to hear from you. Please DM me at Emma R. McQueen on Instagram and tell me what's one shift you're making in your money mindset. We need to keep this conversation going in a way that feels good. It needs to feel safe. It needs to feel a little bit challenging, but it also needs to keep going. If we don't talk about this, we're never going to get good at it. That's it for today. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Be sure to pass this episode on to someone who needs it, a business buddy. Leave a review for us. Share it with friends who might need a little money mindset boost today. And remember, money is a tool, not a measure of your worth. Build your business in a way that feels aligned, sustainable, and most importantly, empowering. Until next week, I hope you keep thriving. I hope you keep growing, and I hope you keep focusing on your money mindset.